and welcome back. We're just back from Montana, fishing Yellowstone. Was doing the FFF conclave there. At the conclave we was demonstrating wire woven patterns. Fantastic reception from the guys over there, and Jean and Dean, thank you very much indeed for the invite. Really enjoyed it. I'm going to dedicate this wee pattern to a young lady that was in one of the workshops and at the demonstration with Janice Gruber from the Lazy G Motel. So Janice, hello, how are you? This pattern here we tried on the Firehole, the Gibbon, the Madison and up at Indian Creek with absolutely amazing results. We was fairly confident that the pattern that we're going to be tying would work. We didn't expect it to be as good. Some guys were coming up to us asking us what we was using. This is on a size 12, but also really great on a size 14. Another variation is the Mayfly nymph, which was the chartreuse and gold, but the black and silver outfished anything at all. Cutthroats, brookies, rainbows and browns worked absolutely amazing on this. So once again, thank you to all the guys at the FFF. Bob, Jacqueline, hi Bob, nice meeting you over there, and the rest of the folks. So without further ado, sit back and enjoy the wire woven nymph. Right, and what we're going to be using is a size 12. This is a wet fly. I'm going to put on the silk. I'm going to be tying this just short of the bend, just to there. Trim the waist. What the tail of this one here is going to be a claret dyed cock pheasant. So I just need a small tail. The body is going to be black and silver wire. So we get two pieces of wire. I'm going to set this on just about 1mm from the eye of the hook. Catch this on, and then we're going to bring the thread back 3 turns. That's just secures it in. Then once we've got that there, just in touching turns, we're going to secure the wire onto the hook. And the reason why I'm doing this here with the thread is just to bulk out the hook a wee bit. So we're bringing this all the way on. Bring the thread to where the wire was, and what we have to do is just cast off this. You can't actually do the weave with this, so remove that there and the waist. Now it's important to understand that the wire that comes towards you is the wire that's going to be going over each time, and the wire going to the rear is the one that's going to be going underneath to give the two-tone effect. So this is how we do the weave. Keep the black wire towards you, silver over and under, bring the black over, silver under, the black over. And what we're doing, we're just keeping a slight tension. And if you see each time I go across, it's at a 90-degree angles. This is to stop the actual wires from twisting round. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to do this here to about 1.5mm before the eye of the hook. Just gently going along on this here. What you can do as well, sometimes if you want, you can use your nails just to force that back if your weave is not tight enough. So one more weave and that will be enough there. Good thing about this here, you can let the wire go, it's not going to spring apart. Cut that on the top level, and just with your thumbnail or your scissors, just give that a push down just to get those wee end bits bedded in. What we're going to do is put the silk back on here now. Now this is a very economical fly because on this one here we're just going to use the actual tying silk to build up the body on this here. The main reason for this, we don't want any air trapped in the nymph. We want this no air at all, so it'll sink. There's some mirage, we're just going to catch that in. This is going to help to create the flashback. So we catch that in. The thorax or wing casing, same thing again, it's going to be claret cock pheasant. It's going to be lined up just with the tail, So hold that on, pinch and loop, catch him in, come back a couple of turns. I'm just going to build up the body again. Once we got that done, trim the waist, bring the thread forward a couple of turns just to bed that thorax in. Right, what we're going to do is bring this over, catch him in, a couple of turns, bring the flash back over, catch that in 2 or 3 turns, and trim this off here. Now, being that there's no dubbing on this one here, we've got no legs, so what we're going to do, we're not going to cut this off there. We're going to bring this back up, get your nail, just push him up 2 or 3 turns underneath. Then what we're going to do is split this into 2 sides. This is going to be actually the legs of the nymph. So bring that to one side, catch him in like so, then bring over the other side, catch that in. Once he's done there, we're just going to wind that on. If we've done this right, there's going to be very little thread used for the head. So we catch that in, tie him off, trim. Now we've got that done, all we're going to do, you get some varnish, and what I like to do is just on the body, come across the wing casing onto the head, and let that all sink in there. Once that's done, that's just put a nice coat of varnish all the way through, forcing any air out of it, and all we do then is just tease out the legs on each side. But what's happened there, the varnish has run over onto this just to help them legs stay out a wee bit. So there we go. This is an absolutely fantastic pattern. As I said before, we catched at least 60-70 fish on the fire hole, the Madison 30 or 40 fish, the Gibbon maybe 2 or 3 fish, but it worked absolutely fantastic. Another variation on this one here is using the cock pheasant that's been dyed in Pickwick, and we substitute the black and the silver for the actual chartreuse and gold. So there we go, that's my version of the Yellowstone nymph. Anybody going any time of the year and using this on a size 12 or size 14, you'll be absolutely amazed with the results. We were more than satisfied with it there, and hopefully we'll get this into an article in the magazines in the near future. So as I say from over here, happy wrappings.